Hi everyone. In this opportunity, we're sharing our final project for our class, Global Changes in Society, titled Understanding and Mitigated Indoor Air Pollution. We decided to focus on indoor air quality due to several reasons. Although there's an increasing awareness on air quality in cities and regions facing global changes with anthropogenic impacts that creates repercussions on the environment, there is little research on indoor air quality. However, people spend more than 80% of their time indoors, but there is a lack of indoor air quality education and awareness. And at the same time, this has produced lack of understanding of the exposure levels of pollutants, which creates adverse health effects such as chronic diseases. It is also important to understand that climate change is exacerbating these indoor air quality conditions. For this project, we decided to partner with Salt Lake City Municipality, specifically with the Sustainability Office. And we focus on the city level because it represents a great opportunity, considering that at the city level, we can promote a change in its population, while it's smaller than the state to implement a guide that can be easily distributed.
Yeah, so working with the city, we created 3 main deliverables. When we talked to them, they needed to have access to reputable resources that they could use to create educational programming and informational materials to help educate residents about indoor air quality. So to do that, we provided an annotated bibliography with summaries of 15 reputable resources that they can use as a reference to create any of these materials. And then the second deliverable we created was a 15-page report outlining a bunch of information about indoor air quality. First of all, we provided a bunch of background information, including Salt Lake City's relationship to IAQ and why it matters. We looked into factors that drive indoor air pollution, including outdoor conditions, housing conditions and infrastructure, human behaviors, and socioeconomic factors that may worsen the impacts of indoor air pollution. We looked into IAQ policies and programs, both locally and outside of Utah, to see what exists here to protect people from indoor air pollution and what could potentially be implemented to further that goal. And we also looked into actions and solutions, especially at the individual level, to improve indoor air quality. And our last deliverable was a double-sided one-pager outlining the same content in our report. We created this to simplify some of that information, especially for renters and homeowners, landlords, and housing agencies and organizations.
We had several key objectives and impacts that we wanted this project to have. In the short term, we wanted to provide Salt Lake City with a resource to create indoor air quality related outreach materials, educate Salt Lake City residents about indoor air quality, and expand and enhance current city level efforts. In the long term, we're hoping this project will foster large-scale awareness of indoor air pollution in Salt Lake City, prompt larger actions to address community health, bolster community resilience, especially in the face of climate change, and promote equity, particularly for at-risk and otherwise vulnerable residents. We learned a lot of valuable lessons throughout this process, but 3 stand out to us. First, we learned the importance of open communication and building relationships with our community partners and making sure to reach out throughout the process to ensure that everyone's on the same page. We also learned the importance of negotiating group differences with flexibility, understanding, and trust in order to create a cohesive group dynamic. And finally, we learned how to navigate the tension between individual agency and structural barriers by paying attention to multiple levels to which action could take place. So not only addressing what residents could do, but also thinking about what landlords and also housing authorities could do at their level. We want to say thank you to the Salt Lake City Department of Sustainability for working with us, and also to the Global Changes Sustainability Center for making this project possible.